Who do they petition? Who do they ask for help or to give them these so-called freedoms? They go to men. They go to men and simps, like these are simps who are coming, soy boys, as James likes to call it, who are going to come and give women these rights and allow women to live their independent lives and allow women to be on OnlyFans. I hate those men. So you're right.
Allow women to be
You're right.
human beings.
You're right. Those simps are disgusting. They are destroying society, and it needs to stop. But you're still relying on simps. You're still relying on other men. So you're not free from the control and the power of men.
So this is why I tell women that you see this, if they want to, they will not fix themselves. No, they're not going to. So like they said, like Hakikachu said, so ladies, next time you're pregnant, be careful. You know, we can also pick and choose because we've had a lot of femicides. We can also pick and choose. Like they said, we can play the same game here. If you want to play a game, that's what you keep saying, right? Like, why do you need freedom? Why do you need rights? Like, we can also play that game with you. If you want to do that, we can also eliminate, right? You
just kill your child, kill your baby.
You're just going to enslave women.
Kill your baby.
Enslave women and get them pregnant, and they're going to abort. They're going to abort the pregnancy. They're going to start killing themselves. Then what?
I hate to do this, but we have to go to the next question. This one from Mav. Joshua Jamie says, there are far more men consuming porno than there are women making it. So who should be generalized to be looking for immediate sexual satisfaction? I think they're saying men. But what are your thoughts on this?
It should be abolished. It should be abolished, and then women should be prevented from sleeping around. Men should be prevented from sleeping around. Promiscuity should be punished with lashing. There should be severe consequences for fornication so that people channel their sexual desire in the healthy, correct, natural way, which is marriage. They get married, they have children, they have these stable, loving families that become the bedrock of a stable, healthy society. That's what we've lost because of feminists. That's what we've lost because of this crazy ideology that freedom is the ultimate value and we have to sacrifice everything at the altar of freedom. That's exactly the problem. We need to cut off people's freedom to just be promiscuous and sleep around with everyone that they want. They need to be forced to get married if they want to be sexually active so that they can form these families. And this is what every religion has called for. This is what every civilization has been built on. The reason that the world is ending and birth rates are collapsing is because of the free love movement. It's because of feminism. It's because of promiscuity. It's because women are allowed to choose. Women are allowed to live like this as prostitutes. That's exactly the problem.
This one from...
one thing, can I just say something to that? It's so funny because most of the countries that they are keeping the family values will have the worst human rights. Women have the worst rights in those countries. And Daniel, where he lives in a country where individual rights are there, he lives in that country because he has those individual rights. Like, it's the biggest hypocrisy that he lives in a country. You should be living in Pakistan, an Islamic country, you know, with his people. But he lives in a country where he can go outside and right away he sees the cleavage and girls in short little clothes instead of all covered up. But he doesn't want to see that. That's why he lives in the U.S.
You got it. This one coming in from, do appreciate yours. Shaqueen Kafir says, why and how was Muhammad born 4 years after his father's death? What do you call a child out of such circumstances? They say a pedophile,
as an orphan.
A real life, real role model? I don't understand.
He was born after his father passed away. Like, it wasn't 4 years. Like, what is that claim? This is just like some kind of retarded Christian apologetic. Like, this is, it's really desperate. But he wasn't born 4 years after his father's death.
This one from Shaqueen Kafir as well says, per nature, the ratio of males and females is almost equal. How illogical of a law to allow a man to marry 4 women. If this law was from any god, females should have been 4 times the number of males.
So polygyny is even in societies that practice polygyny, which, by the way, have been the majority of societies historically, have allowed men to have multiple wives. Not more than 10% of the men in those societies are able to have multiple wives. Why? Because women are hypergamous. They're not just going to go marry any man. And in Islam, they have a degree of choice in consultation with their wali. Their wali directs them towards a good marriage, and your wali is not going to put you into a polygynous marriage if that's not going to be the best for your interests. So even in polygynous societies, only 10% of men have multiple wives. In the West, in a liberal secular society, you have men, the top 10% of men, the Chads in society, they have many women that they're sleeping with. They have a huge black book of women that they just cycle through. And women are happy to be with the Chad. That's why you have the phenomenon of groupies. You have women throwing themselves. You have people like Mahleej throwing themselves at Musharraf and wanting to be a second or third wife or fourth wife to Musharraf, be a groupie to Musharraf. That is also polygyny, except it's outside of marriage. It's outside of the bonds of marriage. Islam takes that phenomenon and regulates it through marriage, as opposed to this groupie phenomenon, which results in broken homes, which results in children out of wedlock, which results in all kinds of horrors.
You got it.
I think it's just weird for you to say that. I don't think any women, and this is why women are not dating. The whole thing, yes, yeah, we were dating the 10%, but women do find out that these men are cheating around. So that's why women are not, like, it's getting lower and lower. You know, those 10% are also not getting it, believe me. Those are also getting cut down. And watch, it's going to grow, this trend that you keep saying that we're sharing. Nobody wants to share.
But you are sharing. Like, that's a fact.
No, we're
that
not.
women, you yourself wanted to share. You yourself wanted to share.
As soon as I find out my man is interested in somebody else, I'm like, bye. I don't need to share.
What if he's Musharraf? What if he's Musharraf?
Oh, Musharraf, you can sit here and be stupid, like, you know, to believe something that was created by some people.
Okay, fine, not Musharraf. What if it's Imran Khan?
It was just a news to make me famous.
What if it's Imran Khan, or what if it is like Brad Pitt, or one of these celebrities?
I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not a homewrecker like Muhammad, who wrecked.
You wouldn't want to have a chance at Brad Pitt. You wouldn't want a chance at Brad Pitt or Imran Khan.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe you can convince him. Maybe you can convince him to make you his main chick instead of a side chick.
He wants to get married. I don't know what's wrong with a Pikachu. I think he's gonna propose to me by the end of this debate. He just really wants to get married.
No, that's really not it.
I don't want Imran Khan. I don't want Brad Pitt.
Okay, sure you don't.
How do you know I'm not a lesbian? Like, you keep assuming stuff about me. Well, maybe I want Megan Fox or something.
Lesbian.
You want Musharraf. You want Parvez Musharraf.
No, you want Musharraf.
Don't be embarrassed, okay? Musharraf was a good-looking guy.
Was that the Pakistan general?
And that's why I'm here, because I was famous, right?
What? Oh wait, okay, just well, there's so much I've learned tonight. So, Mahleej, you were Miss Pakistan? Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Let's see, this one coming in now, and then there was this Pakistan man that you coveted. It was the gentleman that Daniel showed.
This is how the news was. He was the president. He was at that time ruling Pakistan, and he was against the Baloch people. And I come from that tribe. So the lady knew that, and she made this news that, this Muslim, and I wasn't even Muslim at that time. This is how much they lie. This Muslim lady from Baloch loves President Musharraf. And then the news just kept going and going.
But pardon my interruption, but you kind of did, right? I thought you said something. You said he was a hunk or something.
No, I'm not saying those words. We used to talk over the phone. She would be on the phone with me, and it's people typing. These are all writing. People are writing. This news was all created. And that's when I was introduced to news and fake news and how you publish, how you do all these publicity stunts. That was my.
I'm just trying to give you shit. I just think it's funny.
I know it was funny too. I was like famous overnight everywhere.
Wow. Joshua Jamie says
immediately started thirsting for Parvez Musharraf.
So what? Why are you jealous? Are you jealous that I'm not thirsting for you and him? Like, come on.
Thirst.
A lot of women thirsted for him.
So much thirst. Joshua Jamie says men bomb buildings. Men should SHOOT up schools. Men cause war. Men steal and abuse. Talk about emotional. Without men, we would be near utopia.
Yeah, sure we would. Why don't these women enlist for the military? Why don't these women enlist for these kinds of jobs that are difficult, that are physically intensive? Why don't the women go on these shipping boats in the deep sea, or go on the oil rigs in the deep sea, work these physically demanding jobs? Why don't women choose to do that? Because they prefer to sit comfortably at home, sit in a nice cushy office job with the air conditioning. That's the only job that women actually choose to do, and rely on men to do all the difficult physical labor, to protect them in wars, to men going into the military and literally dying to protect their country, the women in those countries. So this is hypocrisy from these feminists.
This one coming in from, do appreciate your question.
Women, most physical thing that we do. How about men go and keep a baby in their tummy, and then have their vagina torn up and give birth, and see
that's amazing that women do
that
that.
is.
That's amazing
so
that they
all
do.
your
But that's
pain, all this stuff that we do painful jobs. Nothing compared to it. Nothing compared. You cannot compare.
You don't even want to do that. You want to abort. You're threatening to abort children if a man.
Syns du det stress å selge bil? Null stress.
No, that's why I had the choice.
Good on you. Good on you. But you're advocating.
But where's the man? Where's the man? Where is he? He pays $400 and that's it. Where is he? Go home.
If you feel like a man has mistreated you, you just kill a baby.
No, you need to call that man and be like, you need to be accountable. You need to call him and tell him, because you gotta be a man and hold the men accountable.
Men do hold men accountable. What are you talking about? Men do hold men accountable. That's why the men who are committing crimes are arrested and put in check by who? Who is controlling these men? It's other men. It's not women who are going and doing this. The women aren't going and stopping the serial killers. The women aren't going into the military to stop invading countries. Men are doing that. Men keep other men in check. What are you talking about?
The wars.
This one.
You were the ones starting the wars.
Marilyn, thanks for your kind super chat. Isa Kabir says, wow, great Persian versus Pakistan. Salam and good debate. And let's see. Are you Persian, Daniel?
Oh yeah, James.
You didn't know that?
Oh, sorry. I never realized I never asked what your background was.
What do you think my last name was? You thought that was a good old Western Texas last name? How you got you?
I thought your real last name was like Smith or something. What was it? Mahleej?
Daniel said that, polygamy was in all these religions and stuff, but we don't find any such thing in Bible or in Jews or in them. We don't find anything like that in Hinduism either. So you can't that's just Islam, polygamy coming from there.
No, it is in Judaism. In Christianity is the very rare exception. It's the exception. But in Hinduism, they have it.
In Islam.
Hinduism, Judaism, in Buddhism, they practice it. All of these societies, and if they don't practice it, if they don't have marriage, if we don't have the actual marriage practice, you still have polygynous relationships. That's the whole Chad phenomenon, where the high-value men in Western society have side chicks.
Story, no?
It's different. It's different.
No, that's different.
It's different. It's different. Yeah, there is different, because it's not marriage, but it's still one man, multiple women.
Tied down,
one man.
You're not tied down. It's different.
Yeah, who benefits from that? The man benefits from that. The women, they just give it up and they don't get anything in return other than.
How do you know they give it up?
Do you know what a side chick is? Do you know what a side chick is? Do you know what a groupie is?
Do you know?
Yeah, I do know.
You had side chicks?
I do. The reason why the man has side chick is to get pleasure from her. Get pleasure from her.
The next one, second, Jayton says, hey, Daniel, not all of us men agree. Not all of us would support it. Women should become independent. Not this authoritarian style. Heck no, never.
You're a soy boy. What can I say? You're a soy boy and a simp. And you're going to suffer. Like, you're going to suffer when you're trying to get married. You can't find a wife. You can't find a romantic partner, companionship from the opposite sex. Why? Because you've empowered women. You are bowing and worshiping at the golden calf of women's empowerment, women's free choice. So you're a simp. You don't even realize how much that harms you as a man. It harms your children. It harms all of society. So that's very unfortunate that we have these soy boys who can't see the bigger picture. Wake up.
How dare you don't believe an 11-year-old can get married to a 50-year-old man? Don't you understand? Daniel, that's what he's trying to say. You're going to be a simp. You need to look for a young woman. I need to start doing that. But I think maybe I should take your advice. And
how old was Musharraf? When you were thirsting for Musharraf, wasn't he in his 60s? You were...
Stop. God damn it, clock.
30 years, 40 years younger than Musharraf, but you're thirsting for an older man.
I could have had him. I could have had him at that time. I could have had him. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 20-year-old. Were you like 18 years old and he was in his 60s?
Oh, thank you. No. I was actually 27 at that time. But do you understand?
No. I think you were 18 years old. You were thirsting for a 60-year-old man. You were thirsting for a 60-year-old man.
You would be surprised if I gave you some other
It's okay if you do it. It's okay if Musharraf does it. If a 65-year-old Musharraf goes with a... Here, I got it on my stream.
It's legal. At least none of our was like 6-year-old, right?
It's okay if I'm 18 or 17 years old, 16 years old, and I'm dating Musharraf, but he's 65. So 40 years. 40-year difference. 40-year difference.
Thank you. You were
40-year difference.
10 years younger, but...
I hate to do this. All right, I hate to mute everybody. I just muted everybody. Let's next question. Light of the Twin Lamp says, Daniel, Israel is going to single-handedly end Islam in the world. You will go the way of the dodo, and the Hebrews will be a light upon the nations. Wow, this is a dark comment. Go ahead, Daniel, if you want to respond. Oh, you're on mute, Daniel. You just clicked. I put asked to unmute, so you should see a. If you look at the Zoom window, you should see a window pop up, Daniel. Okay, got it. So if I tell you what I really feel about Israel, this whole stream is going to get banned. It's going to be taken off of YouTube. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Israel. We'll see if they can survive without Daddy America, United States, coming and saving them. Because if the United States wasn't funding that disgusting genocidal country in the Middle East, it would have been a crater 50, 60, 75 years ago. That's what the Hebrews, as you call them, that's what they would face. I never should have read the question. Okay. That's the one topic that gets me nervous out of all the stuff we talked about tonight.
Why is that? Why is that the only topic that we can't talk candidly about? He can, in his super chat, talk about Muslims being wiped out and being extinguished from the face of the earth. He can say that. It's not risky then to talk about Muslims going the way of the dodo. But if I say that country would have been made a crater 75 years ago, that terrorist state, now it's nervous. Now we're afraid. That tells you a lot, right? About who controls censorship.
This one coming in from, I feel like I can say almost anything. We can say cracker again, which we're bringing back, folks. We're gonna make it.
Why can we insult white people? Why can we have slurs against white people, but we can't say slurs against Jewish people? Why the double standard?
If any of you
we can say slurs against Muslims. We can say slurs against Muslims, against Arabs, against Desis, Indians. All of those slurs are about black people. We can joke about black people. We just can't joke about one specific group. Why is that? How is that fair?
We're going to go to the next one. This is from
X. What are you talking about? I see it all the time.
Samson.
Where is it hidden? Everywhere. Facebook, everywhere now I see against Jews. What are you talking about? Like, seriously, my account got suspended for talking about Islam.
We can't say the J word.
We can't say it. We can't say it. Listen to the moderator.
I'm so sorry. It's not my preference. It's that YouTube has certain preferences. This one coming in from Samson says, she said they started it, legalized soft porn. I'm just asked you to unmute Mahleej. What is he talking about? I can't remember what this is about. Oh, he's saying because you said that men started
sexualizing women. Yeah.
Yes.
Men started sexualizing, yeah. So I don't understand
Oh,
this question. What was it?
I think he's saying that men only legalized soft porn. Wait, what is this? I think he's drunk. This one from the second Shation says, "What is wrong with being a feminist? Are you afraid?" Oh, Daniel, I think they're on to you. Are you afraid of feminists?
Yeah, I am afraid of feminism. Feminism is going to lead to the extinction of the human race. Yeah, I'm very afraid. Just like people in European countries where the birth rate has collapsed are afraid that people are going to go extinct. Just like the Japanese are afraid that they're going to go extinct. The Chinese government now is putting anti-feminism measures in place because their birth rate is collapsing. Yeah, people are very afraid of feminism because it's going to lead to the destruction of the human race.
It's control. When the oppressor sees losing control, he just gets nervous and they're gonna thump their thing and stuff. No.
This one from the second Shation says, "What about those women who work in steel factories and many other women? Women have always handled themselves. You talk like you know women, but you don't."
Though, like 2 women in the whole world that work in steel factories, it's like 99% men dominated. So I don't know what you're talking about. I do know women. Even if I didn't know anything about women and I just judged women by this debate and the representative here of women, I would be fully in support of male guardianship. Do not give women control of anything. Thankfully, not all women are like Mahleej. Thankfully, not all women want to put their daughters in OnlyFans and kill their babies. Like, thankfully, not all women are like Mahleej. But if I was just judging,
I don't want to get my 6-year-old daughter married to a 50-year-old man.
You wanted to marry Musharraf, a 40-year-old age difference. You wanted to, you just wanted to sleep with him. You just wanted to sleep with him. A 40-year-old difference. Look at this stud.
I was still legal age.
Look at this stud, this hunk.
I was illegal. I was of
Look at this hunk.
Explain to me 6-year-old and 51-year-old.
Look at this hunk. Look at this hunk.
6-year-old and a 51-year-old.
Pervez, oh Pervez, look at me, Pervez. I'm available, Pervez. I'm available.
Finding a 6-year-old sexually attractive.
Leave your wife. Leave your wife,
Pervez. As a role model. Imagine that.
All right, we have to go to the next one. The second Station says, you, Daniel, need to learn about women over history. You're still muted, Daniel. I had to mute you guys because you kept talking about that hunk.
It's not history, it's her story, you misogynist bigot. Her story.
This one coming in from Joshua Jamie says, a guarded woman can change the household. An independent woman can change the world. Is this guy trolling? I can't tell if he's... I'm sorry. I just don't know if this is...
Yeah, women are changing the world. Look at Mahleej. Look at her, how she's changed the world.
I tell people, I tell
posting,
men, do not
by getting on OnlyFans. It's like changing the world.
I tell them not to marry 6-year-olds. It's wrong to marry a 6-year-old child.
Women
we
can
are
do.
Changing.
Listen.
Daniel doesn't want to change. He says no. We want 6-year-olds.
Listen.
51-year-old men.
Listen.
That's what he wants.
Stop thirsting for Musharraf and listen for a second.
I was of a legal age. Muhammad was thirsting for an underage
Stop
child.
thirsting for the hunk.
Stop the name Musharraf. Okay.
Pervez, okay? She was thirsting for Pervez.
Was thirsting for a 6-year-old
listen. Pervez, listen. Look. Women achieved freedom, okay? They achieved independence.
6-year-old
Come on, James.
Thirsting over a 6-year-old. How do you find a 6-year-old?
Let me finish a sentence.
That's gross.
Let me.
Gross.
How did you find a 65-year-old man attractive?
Gross.
How did you find a 65?
I am legal.
How did you find a? There's a 40-year-old age gap. 40-year-old age gap.
Profit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to mute you guys. No more. The name Mahleej, or whatever his name is, he's banned. We can't say his name again. We have to go to the next question. This one from FBI Most Wanted says, brain dead Muhammad had forcible coitus forced upon him by the men of Al-Zut. My guess is, Daniel, you'd say this is historically inaccurate. I'll give you a chance to respond.
I've never heard of this. I've never even heard of it. They just have to make stuff up because that's the thing about these people. Like Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he's living in your head rent free. You can't think about anything else without the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because he's such a strong figure historically. It's undeniable that he has been the most successful historical figure, the greatest man who ever lived. So all you can do is spread lies. All you can do is cry and whine about, oh, Muhammad this, Muhammad that, because you can't deny his success. So just burn in your rage. Burn in your rage, die in your rage. You hate Muhammad because you can't be his follower. Just submit. Just become a Muslim.
It's not time. Please.
And then you can love the Prophet, peace be upon him.
There's
and
that
that's
word
going
again.
to, then your obsession is going to be over. Then your obsession, because you're going to be a Muslim and you can actually appreciate the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But since you refuse to do that, just die in your rage, seethe, cope. That's all you can do.
This is coming from a man that lives in a non-Muslim country and talks all about this stuff. The biggest hypocrisy. This guy won't even live in his own country because he doesn't even believe anything that is coming out of his own mouth. Prophet Muhammad is famous because of his doings. People are shocked. How can a person with a brain follow and take somebody like that as a role model? Who married a 6-year-old. Imagine finding a 6-year-old child sexually attractive, and that wasn't enough. Then he went and took on sex slaves. And then when he got caught by his wives screwing another slave, like there's so many things that
Stay on topic.
I know, but I'm talking about the Guardian. This is the Guardian.
If she wants to talk, she wants to go off and talk about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I'll talk about Musharraf. I'll talk about this dirty prostitute. Okay, this dirty prostitute. She sells her body on OnlyFans. This disgusting prostitute.
OnlyFans.
Okay. No more about OnlyFans or Musharraf or any thirsting. We have to go to the next one. I hate to do this.
Yeah, I learned all this from Islam.
We're
This
gonna go
prostitution and
This is
stuff.
from Joshua Jamie. He says women have a higher pain tolerance and they're better at multitasking. Daniel.
So what? Like, even if it's the true that women have more pain tolerance than men, which is not, by the way. If that were the case, why do women need men to protect them? Why do women have fantasies of the big, strong man that comes and dominates them? Why is the best-selling book, New York Times bestseller for years on end, 50 Shades of Grey, a book about a rich man who sexually dominates a woman? Why is that the fantasy of every single woman, to be dominated by a strong man? It's because that's what they're attracted to. That's called hypergamy. So this is the reality of women. That's why women secretly, they actually crave to be dominated. That's why Mahleej, she goes to bed every night alone, and she doesn't have any man to be there next to her. She has to die as an old cat lady.
How do you know?
Pathetic.
How do you know? Are you watching me? Are you aware that you watch me that I'm not going to bed with any man?
This prostitute, no man will ever love her. No man will ever get with her. She's going to die alone.
Like your prophet.
Get a cat and die alone. Get a cat and die alone. You old shriveled up shrew. You old shriveled up rat. You're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone.
I learned this from Islam, from Prophet Muhammad. I was Muslim.
Go to the next
I learned all this from there.
This is we have Mesa Kamir says, Mahleej, why are you comparing the whole Pakistani nation with your criminal family?
Yeah, good question.
No, I'm
just because your dad was a deadbeat. You didn't have a dad.
I'm comparing them to Islam. It was asked to me, Daniel. My name is Mahleej. My name is Mahleej. Can I answer?
Not everyone is a deadbeat like your dad. Not everyone's a deadbeat like your dad.
Did you change your gender?
To respond. So go ahead.
I think he changed. No, that's the reality of most of the men in Pakistan, okay? Don't just come up here and tell me. And I read you Surah Nisa, that ayah 434. It says that you can hit your wife in Islam. All these men that follow Islam, majority of them will hit their wife because they're allowed to. He probably beats his wife too. Ask him. He's a wife beater. He's a pedophile supporter. And then he's gonna sit here and call me prostitute, which I learned from his religion. From Islam.
Islam doesn't
everything
teach you
about
to be
it
on
in Islam
OnlyFans.
was sex everywhere. Even after death is sex and virgins.
Can I respond?
We're gonna go so far
So-
with this.
Islam doesn't teach you to be a prostitute. I don't know where she's getting that from. If you had a
Islam
dad,
makes you a prostitute.
if you had a dad who actually cared about you, he could have raised you right so that you
Alright,
wouldn't end
gotta
up
go
on
to the next
OnlyFans.
question. We're gonna go to this one. Steve's Creepy Van says the decision-making study published by the NHI concluded men make quicker, riskier decisions for quick rewards. Women found to be less motivated by rewards under stress. It has nothing to do with making the right decisions, though, Daniel.
Yes, it does. The study that I showed you on the screen is specifically about winning a game, about getting returns. So there's a monetary reward if you make the right decision. And in the long term, men are going to make better decisions, whereas women are discouraged by negative effects. So if they don't win on one turn, then they're less willing to make the right, statistically correct decision on their next turn because they're affected by the negative emotion of losing, whereas men are able to put the loss aside and make the next decision on the basis of what is statistically correct. That's why in the long term, under stressful conditions, they outperform women by a large margin. So go back to the study that I referenced in the presentation and read it, and you'll see that men in stressful situations are better at long-term decision making.
This one coming in from, do appreciate your question. Samson says, Prophet Muhammad also was married to multiple Christian and Jews, yet how come none of you bring that up? I don't know.
He was married to so many women. He was
That's a
married
good
to
point.
so many. Not even married. He just had sex slaves. He was just having, according to him, he was having sex with everybody, but apparently no kids.
I
This is a
wanted to address
mystery.
something that she said before about the verse in the Quran that is about striking the wife. So verse 434. The thing is that we accept the guardianship and authority of the guardian. She accepts it in the case of a president. She accepts it in the case of a CEO. She accepts it in the case of parents. All of those authorities have the right to coerce their dependents to obey the rules and to obey the plan. She accepts that for all of those guardians, but she just has a problem because, again, every social institution has to have hierarchy. Yeah, I know. Of course, it's not inconsistent for me.
You're following their hierarchy
It's not-
too, but again, you're repeating the same
it's
thing
not
again and again.
inconsistent.
I already
It's
answered
not.
this.
You didn't.
You're
let me-
comparing apples and oranges. You
Can I
can't compare
finish,
a
James?
system, a president, to a relationship and a guardian.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
I'll give you a chance to wrap up your point, and then we gotta go to the next question.
Yeah, let me wrap up the point. So every social grouping has hierarchy, and you can't have a social grouping without hierarchy and without dominance of a guardian at the top of it. So you accept the guardian and hierarchy for all of these institutions. If you take away the right of the guardian to coerce and to use force, then the hierarchy is destroyed and then the social grouping is destroyed. So when you don't have the right of a man to discipline his wife and his dependents and his children, then that hierarchy will dissolve. It will be destroyed. You have to have a guardian who can coerce, who can use force, if need be. He doesn't usually need to use force, but he has the option. That is
Try using that force in
100%.
U.S., you're going to be in
100%.
jail.
Yeah,
Using that force.
unfortunately, the law is
You have
wrong.
to.
The law here is a feminist law.
It's wrong.
That's why.
He's saying
That's why
domestic
families.
violence law is wrong.
That's
We
why
must
families
go.
Oh
are
my
collapsing.
God, did you
That's
just hear
why.
him?
Yeah, you
must
heard
go
me
to the
right.
next
You heard me
question.
absolutely right.
We must go to the next question. Joshua.
He wants to beat women. He's a woman beater too. He's a
Joshua,
pedophile
Jamie.
supporter. He's a women beater.
go to the next
Oh my God.
Joshua
You're a prostitute, and you're a prostitute.
Oh
Joshua,
God. You gotta prove that I'm a
You're a cat.
prostitute.
You're a
right?
cat
Because
lady.
Chemistry.
I'm
We
sorry,
must go to the next
Daniel.
question.
I can actually
You're a prostitute
sue
and a
you
cat
for
lady.
saying that again and again. No, this is something
No,
serious. You're gonna have to prove that I'm a prostitute. Or
Is it bad to be a prostitute? Is it bad to be a prostitute?
against you for
Okay, I hate to do this. I have to go to the next question. This one from Joshua Jamie says,
No, but this is serious. You can't sit here and call me a prostitute because I will fucking send a suit to you if you call me a prostitute one more time. Otherwise, you better prove it. Because on
Joshua.
OnlyFans, all I do is show
Prostitute.
out
You're a
your
prostitute.
Instagram.
What's wrong with me? You're a sex worker. You're a sex worker. You're a sex worker. You're a sex worker.
Women like
You're a sex
prostitutes.
worker. You
have
wanted
no
to-
problem
I hate to
with.
do this. This is turning into Jerry Springer. Joshua Jamie says 36,000 women work in iron and steel mills in the U.S., Daniel. I'll give you a chance to respond.
What's the percentage? The percentage is not even 2, 3, 4%. Over 90% of steel workers are men. How are you denying this?
This one from Divids says, she is way out of your league, Daniel. This one from...
Yeah, I'm happily married. Let me respond to this insult, okay? I'm happily married. My wife wasn't a prostitute. My wife wasn't selling her body. My wife is an actual queen.
Was she 6 years old? Was she 6? Was she legal age when you married her?
Listen, prostitute. My wife is not a sex worker. She's happily married. You have no one.
Turn her into a sex worker if
you have no one. You have no one. You're alone.
You probably turn her into a sex worker. Daniel's gonna get 72 virgins in heaven. What is his wife gonna get, Daniel? She is going to be the.
She gets me.
She's gonna decide who Daniel goes with which night. That's what Daniel's wife gets.
She gets me. That's what
and
she
he's talking
gets
about
me.
prostitution. Like, come on, with what face? He's gonna get 72 whores, and his wife is gonna be like, Daniel, honey, tonight you're sleeping with this one. Tomorrow you're gonna be sleeping with this one. The third day you're gonna be back doing this one.
This one
Sounds good. Sounds good.
from Milton Martin.
Sounds good.
This one from DeFreak says, Mod at Labib Abdullah hit me on Daniel's channel for no reason. He claims because I used the Sahih International Translation to make an argument. Howard unsubbed. Okay. This is weird. Samson says, Mahleej, how do you feel about Hugh Hefner, the guy who started Playboy and then died recently?
How do I feel about him? Of course, he started something. I'm not for it, obviously, but I'm pretty sure exploited a lot of women at that time. But
Why? Those women chose to be prostitutes.
How do you know they chose? Were you there checking their consent? Were you there checking their consent? So then don't talk.
They have the freedom.
Not there checking their consent.
They have the freedom.
You were not there checking their
choose.
consent. You were not. There's a case right now going about P. Diddy and consent. This is what these men don't understand: consent and coercion and forcing women to do this. Because obviously, Muhammad was forcing women to do stuff too. But he would say it was consensual.
You wish that P. Diddy could have had you.
Aisha slept with Muhammad at 9.
You
which
wish
was not
that
consensual.
You wish that P. Diddy could have been with you.
I'm talking about Muhammad. I'm not concerned about P. Diddy, but I'm just giving you an example that I'm sure Aisha wasn't like, yeah, I'm 9 years old, I'm ready to sleep with a 51-year-old man. That was nothing consensual
You wish
about
that P. Diddy would have had you as his side chick. You
Please.
wish.
Oh, you like black guys? No, you're into black guys? Are you jealous of them?
Daniel loves black men. Okay, this one from Samson.
He has complexity issues.
We have to go to the next one. Daniel does not really find black men attractive. That was a joke. This one...
They're all jealous of black men.
Okay, this is weird. Antonio says, W. Daniel, and I'm a Christian. And then Joshua Jamie says, the percentage is 12% of steelworkers are women. So wrong again, Danny boy.
Oh, wow. Oh, 88%. That was way off from my 90%. Wow.
Then, let's see. Samson, let's see. This one, Milton says, why was Muhammad, why did he have forced coitus thrust, put on him by a gang of jinn?
Again, just making stuff up. No. This is... Maybe someone dream. Maybe
Come
saying
on,
that.
Daniel.
Maybe.
Take something.
I mean, that's your fantasy. Like your fantasy is to be raped.
Well, let's not.
It's disgusting.
Let me not even start with the fantasy.
Disgusting. That's so sick. Okay, that's what you do.
Steve's creepy van says, quote, in men, psychological stress led to more high-risk, disadvantageous choices. In women, increased stress led to more low-risk, advantageous choices. Unquote. And then they said directly from the study that you brought up, Daniel.
Look at the chart. Look at figure 3 in the chart. Figure 3 in the chart summarizes, I can even bring it up right now, that women made slower choices, and in the long term, they had less gain over the period of that test. So again, that's why that study and many other studies show that women are less capable of that kind of decision making in high stress scenarios. This is also why when we have how many videos now in the age of the internet of female police officers accidentally shooting people, shooting themselves, getting beat up by criminals, freaking out in high stress situations. That's why we hear about this recent accident where a female helicopter pilot slammed into an airliner and killed 100 people. These kinds of decision making of women leads to the loss of life. It's a very serious problem. Gender equality in terms of the police force, firefighters, the military has been a disaster. And that's why you see Republicans, finally made a good decision, rolling back these initiatives, rolling back DEI, rolling back gender affirmative action, where women are put into these spots on the basis that they're somehow equal to men when they're not. Women are not equal to men when it comes to those high-risk life and death situations in the police and the military, as pilots and so forth. This is a disaster. That's why it's all being rolled back.
Can I just address that? So my question is that women only started flying now, right? Before, when it was only men flying, were there never, not even one plane crash?
What do you mean women are starting now?
I'm not done. The fact that you guys just come up with women can't do this. Actually, women take calculated risks, right? When we drive, we cause less accidents. We don't die. You guys die dumb because you take a lot of stupid risks. Men die young because they're taking stupid risks. They speed. Their insurance is higher. Car insurance is higher. We are more smarter. We take calculated risks. That's what you're not understanding here. No. You guys are the dumb ones that go do dumb things and then die young and early.
You need men who have risk-taking behavior to be in those roles of the military, to be in the role of police officers, firefighters, to be in the roles of leaders. Because the leaders, for example, the leader of an army, the leader of a university, the leader of any kind of institution, you have to take risks in order to win in the long term. That's the whole point. Women don't take risks, and they are discouraged by any bad result.
We take the biggest risk that we take. The biggest risk that we take is give birth.
Yeah, we heard that. We heard that retarded line 10 times.
Die while giving birth. That's the biggest risk.
We heard that line 10 times.
We actually can die. We can die giving birth.
Listen, lady. Just because you give birth doesn't mean you're capable of everything.
We can die.
Listen, cat lady. Listen, cat lady.
Your mother took a huge risk.
We can give birth. We can give birth. Therefore, we should be in the military. We should be leading militaries. We should be leading countries. We should be leading universities because we gave birth. That's the only thing that you could say.
Fights anyways. We didn't start the fights. Go fight your own fights. Why are you starting in fights anyways?
Oh my God, your voice.
We've actually run out of questions. So we've actually run out of questions. Just a couple quick housekeeping things first. Folks, pinned at the top of the live chat, you can find announcements for when Modern Day Debate will be hosting a DebateCon event in your city. That Facebook link for Modern Day Debate, where we do upload our announcements, is pinned at the top of the live chat. It's also in the description box. Click and follow the Modern Day Debate Facebook page for updates on debates coming to your city. With that, we are going to wrap up. I want to say a huge thank you to our guests, as that was an interesting Q&A, to say the least. And we want to remind you folks, our guests are linked in the description box. Even if you vehemently disagree with them, there is value to hearing their side of a position straight from them. So rather than, just let's say your side says they say this, there's a lot of value of hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. So you can actually go and critique their views, even if you disagree with them. You can find their links below. But with that, we are going to wrap up. One last thing.
Can I say one more thing? Or can I show my screen one more time?
It's not about that man, is it? It is.
No, it's not about. No. I won't. It won't be any personal thing against her.
Okay.
Oh, come on. How will you complete your point then?
Okay, here's the, because she kept bringing up one verse, so I just want to address that one verse. So she mentioned 434 in the Quran regarding striking the men being in
Please
charge of
explain
women.
to us.
And in
I
this,
love
you can see that everyone agrees with beating women. Everyone. So if you violate the law, there are consequences. Unless you think that women should be have immunity from any kind of punishment, you believe in women being punished for violating the law. And sometimes that requires force, sometimes that requires violence. So every society agrees with beating women in some form or fashion. The difference is traditional societies versus secular societies. In traditional societies, if a woman violates the norms of society, then the state or her father or husband are responsible for coercing her to act appropriately, whether it's females or males. If there's norms of the family, if she violates the norms of the family, then the father or the husband has coercive power. In secular society, who beats the women? It's the state. You violate the norms of the state will beat the women. If you violate the norms of the corporation or a school, you will be coerced to follow the norms of that institution. Otherwise, you're going to be kicked out of that institution. And if you violate the norms of the family, then there's no punishment for that in secular societies, and that's why families are collapsing. And every false framing that she and other feminists want to give is that Islamic wife beating versus secular non-beating. This is a false framing. In reality, it's beating to preserve the family versus beating to preserve the state or corporation. So everyone agrees with beating women. The difference is who is entitled or who has the right to beat women. And that's the real difference. Every hierarchy needs coercion or coercive option. So state, military, corporation, schools, they all have coercive options. Without a coercive option, you can't have hierarchy. Without the coercive option, the hierarchy collapses. And if the hierarchy collapses, that's the institution will collapse. This is why liberals and feminists insist on taking away the coercive option from husbands so that family hierarchy collapses, resulting in collapse of the family because they don't value the family.
This is like another... Okay, we must go to the last question. This one just came in as you were summarizing, Daniel. Famo says, to the OnlyFans merchandise, you cite Surah Nisa Ayah 34, yet in your feminist utopia, the USA, a woman is beaten every 9 seconds. Look it up. That is your freedom? Question mark.
So at least in your US, we can see how many women are getting beaten up. Yes, women do get beaten up by men. That's why we say that we're still not safe. Men are still very dangerous. Whereas if you were to go to Pakistan, where most of these crimes are not even calculated, because I think Western countries are still safer for women, whereas these Muslim countries, right? Because you can't even go and complain. Just recently, a TikTok where 17-year-old was murdered in Pakistan. Why? Because the guy, she refused him. She didn't want to marry him, and then everybody was celebrating. Oh, what a great job he's done. At the end, I just want to say to everybody that yes, please go join my OnlyFans. I teach you Islam with haram. And at the end, only thing I'm going to say that I hope from everyone after this, he did the mic drop for me. He did the job for me. Daniel Kikachu said that he believes in beating women, and he said all you, including you, James, you all state and everybody's beating women, and they believe in beating women. He also said that an 11-year-old, as long as she's married to a 51-year-old, he's okay with that as well. So just keep in mind what he's okay with. And this is why, this is Hakikachu Daniel is the reason feminism was born. Okay? Where they want to beat women, where they want to force themselves, where they want to have forced sex, they want to do halala. They want to take all the freedom away from women and treat them like animals. This is what gave rise to feminism. And again, anytime I talk to Muslims, they cannot go to the logical argument. They always have to call you names. And I will unless you can prove that I'm a prostitute, because I can prove that you're a pedophile and a wife beater.
She's the only prostitute who's ashamed to be a prostitute.
So you are going
She's
to hear from my lawyer.
Why are you ashamed of sex work?
About that.
Why are you ashamed of sex work? I thought sex work is a good thing.
No one can be a
sex work is a good thing.
Muhammad. Muhammad was the biggest pimp in the world.
She's the only prostitute who's ashamed of being a prostitute.
This one from the second
Self-reporting there.
The second
Muhammad.
Shaitan. All right. The second Shaitan says discussing Daniel. I think they meant disgusting. I don't know. They say discussing Daniel. Shame on you. No abuse. Shame.
Cope and seethe. Cope and seethe.
This one from Famo says, oh, this is Framo says another question to the OnlyFans merch. Oh, I think they're saying that like as an insult, as like they're saying like you're the merchandise. Okay.
What's the merchandise? Guys, I teach you how to put in the mods.
goods.
I don't know why. I think they're taking it like lightly. I literally
For $5.
teach you how to come.
For $5.
Daniel's gonna go and join my OnlyFans right away. Daniel, I'll
You
give
can see all
I'll
the
give you a
abuse that she
discount.
took from her dad.
I'll give you a discount.
For $5, you can
Let's go to the next
see
one.
all
Let's go
the
to the
abuse
next
from
one.
her dad.
To the OF merch, if modesty is
You wish you could see anything, Daniel. You can't even see my shit in the toilet. Okay? You can't even see that. You can't even. You can't even see my shit in the toilet. Come on.
For $5, you can see years of
You ain't
trauma,
see
a
shit.
desperate cry
You can't even
for
see
help.
my toe.
Desperate
You
cry
wish
for
you
help.
They
could.
say if
But you
modesty,
can't.
they say
I'm
Mahleej,
sorry,
if-
you can't.
if
I know.
modesty, but
I know I'm too old for you. You're into 6-year-olds. I get it, Daniel. I know I'm too old for you. You like the 6-year-olds. I know. We all
if
get it.
if modesty is oppression, how is spending hours painting your face for strangers called freedom?
I want to paint my own face. Why? Why do you have a problem
$5
with
clown.
painting my face? You don't have to
$5
look
clown.
at it. Listen, did I ask these strangers to come and look at me? No, they chose to come and look at me. Why aren't you looking at me? I can put clown face and sit here. You also have the choice. Why don't you choose to leave? Why is it always my
10 pounds of makeup is not going to hide the wrinkles.
Famo says, if you're so independent, why is your power still
And having so many wives didn't hide the fact that Muhammad was incompetent with a 2-inch penis.
How many pounds of makeup do you have to slather on to cover that
I don't
face?
know how many times Allah
It won't make any man propose to you. It won't.
Go to the next one. Okay, I had to interrupt. Famo says, Mahleej, if you're so independent, why is your power still based on male attention? I just asked you to unmute.
Says who? Says who?
I think they assume most of your OnlyFans.
Again, assumptions, right? Muhammad flew on a Burak. Oh, God did this. They're all stories created.
All
in their mind.
assumptions.
And then they're here talking about they're the ones with smarter.
She's the only prostitute who's
Oh
ashamed
my
of being a prostitute.
God. The only pimp that I know is Muhammad.
That's so sad. That's so
Prostituted the
sad.
most women
You are
in
so
the
sad.
planet, including a 6-year-old.
We all jump to the end of this debate. Folks, you can find our guest linked in the description box. And it's been an interesting debate tonight. I'm trying to think of any last housekeeping things. Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait, folks, bro, for real. This is one I actually forgot. This is a total new housekeeping thing, and it's not a modern day debate thing. It's actually, so someone emailed me. They said, hey, there's this app called Be My Eyes. So what it is blind folks, they sign up for the app, and basically you can sign up for the app as well. If they need help, like let's say they're like, hey, I'm trying to decide between, I've got a red shirt to wear and I've got a green shirt to wear. Which one of these am I holding that's the green shirt? I want to wear the green shirt. Which one is it that of these two I'm holding? So it's like a video chat where basically you can be like, oh, well, the green shirt is the one that you're holding higher, whatever hand that is. And they'll be like, oh, thank you. It's amazing. So, folks, if you want to do a good deed, Be My Eyes is linked in the description box. I've done it myself. So I signed up for the app. Just yesterday, I got my first call. It was a lady at the airport. She was like, hey, I'm trying to see which gate number. I can't see. Can you tell me what gate number it is? And I'm like, that's number 11. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. So it's a really cool way you can help out in your community. You can say your global community. So check out Be My Eyes. That's linked in the description box. And folks, I want to say huge thank you to Daniel and Mahleej. I know that tonight was fire. I have to give you guys credit. You guys are both good sports because you guys both took a lot of abuse from each other tonight. So you guys did a great job.
She's used to it from her dad.
He didn't take any abuse. His prophet did. I didn't do insult to him. I don't do private insults because I have points. They do private insults because they got no points. Always the
All
same
the
thing.
abuse that she took from
this
her
and that.
dad,
They
like,
can't-
that's so sad.
Muslim brain doesn't function outside
Her
of
dad
sex
abused
and
her, and then
vagina.
she became an OnlyFans
Ever,
sex worker.
ever.
All right,
It's
we'll
always
wrap up
in the
there.
middle.
It's a story
Anyways,
of it's a
Okay, so sorry to mute you guys. Folks, I'll be back in just a moment with quick updates. Stick around.
Yeah, I
Check
gotta
out
go.
our guest list.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. I'm not dying. Get out of here. Not dying. We're dancing in the street. There's nothing left to eat.
yeah. It's almost it's midnight right now.
Going out in style.
Yeah, thanks a lot, James, for moderating it. These little guys, I'm valued. Thank you.
I hear you. I'm not dead yet. Get out of here.
Well, that was a juicy debate, to say the least. Want to say thank you guys for your support of Modern Day Debate. That was one of the more brutal, like, wow. Once in a while, it's like 0.01% of the debates where I'm like, ooh, like, that's so mean. Like, but we do want to say, on Modern Day Debate, like, we're really big on just, like, letting people say what they want. So, excuse me. So we do pretty much let people say almost whatever they want, as long as it's within YouTube terms of service, which tonight was like barely within terms of service. But I do want to say yes. We want to say it is true. Modern Day Debate, sometimes it does look like it goes off the rails. Ironically, it's all part of the plan. We are just making sure we do have rails. They're the YouTube terms of service rails. So I want to say thank you guys for your support. I see you there in the old chat. Akil, Arisha, Daughter, Galatians 169, ZH Kane, Toasty Toast, Jane, Adam Sick, William Graves, Sam Upon a Star, Nah, Joshua Jamie, Shell Shock, and Jang La, Isa Ahmed. Wow, but thank you guys for all of your support. Seriously, you make this fun. I do appreciate it. Hit like on the way out if you haven't already. We will have another debate, maybe even as soon as tomorrow. If people are interested in the debate topic, should the U.S. back Israel in its current new war with Iran, then, reach out at moderatedebate@gmail.com. We might host that topic. We're open to it. So, want to say thank you, though. We'll have a debate this Saturday, actually. So we're going to have one on atheism versus Christianity, which has the evidence. That's this Saturday between Craig, Fight the Flat Earth, and Apollos. And then we're going to have another debate next Saturday. So in the summer, we usually slow a bit down, mostly because I'll be planning for DebateCon this fall. And we're trying to, really go big this fall, really big. So that means a lot of time is going to be put into it 5 or so months in advance, unlike usual, because sometimes we just do it with a month and a half notice. But now we're saying, hey, let's take this seriously and do it really, really, really well. So we will have probably one debate per week at Modern Day Debate. That's normal. We will still be as active as ever. It's just that a lot of the Modern Day Debate activity over the summer is going to be behind the scenes. And that's just because people are traveling a lot over the summer. So we have less debates during the summer and more planning for our fall conference and then our early spring conference even. So thank you guys for your support. Love you. Keep sifting out the reasonable from the unreasonable. We will see you at the next debate. Thanks for all your support. And take care.